Hey, what's up, everybody? Paul here, Left Coast Model Car Builds. Hope everybody had a good Monday. Hopefully, you all had a good weekend. I just got back yesterday from Vegas from a pool tournament. Had some fun out there with the team. My girlfriend, Belle, stayed back since she had her first day of school today. So, got back, got a couple days off before I go back to work. So, I was helping Pops with some stuff today. Got some things done around here. Got some bench time in. Had a good barbecue with the family. Want to go through just a couple of, I guess you say, mail calls, some stuff we got, a couple of updates, kind of a impromptu video. First one, Mike Dreyfus over here, Scale Speedworks. If you have not checked out his channel, check it out. Some really cool stuff he's got going on. Very kind of him. He's been supporting the channel fairly early on. Guess it's still semi-early, but nice. Paul and Belle, thank you very much for the kit. He was one of the winners at the 300 drawing. Says it's super awesome. Hope to get to it soon. Congrats on all the success. It is well deserved. You both definitely have the talent and skills to build great kits, and I look forward to your continued success. Keep up the good work, Mike. Thank you, Mike. I appreciate that. Belle as well. She's crashed out. So Belle actually received this card along with one other while I was in Vegas, and she was really excited. So thank you guys. Made her day the other day. Next one we got a buddy of mine here, a friend that's definitely come to be. We chat, I think email, text. Adam over at Sodak. I'm sure you guys have seen his stuff, his channel. Really cool. Neat stuff. I think we share a lot of interest in the customs. That's definitely a similar point for both of us. But again, same. Hey, Paul and Bella, really enjoy the channel. Great builds and awesome to see the multi-generation of builders. Keep up the great work. Thank you for the support of my channel and appreciate the paint samples. I look forward to getting them laid out on something. Model on, Adam. Thank you, brother. Appreciate the shop card. And I think I've mentioned all the shop cards I've got so far, and I appreciate them. These are really cool. Anybody interested in sending me one, let me know. I'll shoot you my address, and as soon as we get ours, I'm keeping the envelopes and addresses so I can return that and send ours out once we get them. A couple other things came in the mail. So I had a while back ordered some Pro Scale paint. I've heard of it, have never used it. Looks to be some nice solid stuff, and along with, well, Tropical Glitz, I guess, is probably a little more geared towards the automotive paints compared to like the splash paints. The Pro Scale, I've got some scale finish stuff that I'm going to be ordering up. And I've had a few people ask why I order the, I guess you could say, I don't know if you call them hobby paints or stuff geared a little more towards the hobby, when we have a lot of automotive paints and access to them with the full-size compressor, touch-up guns. And similar to what I've said in the past, cost. Scale finishes, splash paints, Pro Scale, you can order these pre-mixed bottles here, and shooting them through the airbrush, you can get multiple bodies, cars done, depending on what you're doing. If you're doing, like our 24-hour, 48-hour builds, doing something like a old 30s hot rod where you're doing the engine, chassis, suspension parts, body, interior, you're going to go through it a little quicker, but you're still most likely going to get a few builds out. I've used some of the Tropical Glitz stuff, and it didn't even make a dent in it, even using the 0.7 needle, which was a little much for the little compressor on the airbrush. So I've got the 0.5 needle came in over here. I'm going to get that swapped out and do a little work with the airbrush. I'll show you what I'm going to mess with here in a minute. But so yeah, Pro Scale, man, everything was packaged up great. I got some gray and white primer, couple sets of their clear, their packaging. So the paints and most stuff, you know, it's bagged several times. You know, it's bubble wrapped as a group, individually. You know, definitely give them an A+ on that. And you know, got some different colors going from pearls to straight colors. Here we got like a Ferrari Rosso Corsa red, really pretty. I like, you know, a lot of stuff probably see is in pearls. I've got some other stuff, race cars and some other things that are, you know, straight colors that I like. This is nice. BMW Snapper Rock Blue Metallic. That's a pretty one. Okay. See that. We got a straight Ferrari yellow. Chrysler Hemi Orange Pearl that we got here, really nice. We got a Jaguar, a blue pearl. That's a pretty one. Here we got a Lexus Pearl Red. This is nice. So I was looking through their site after chatting with one of the guys there, and Belle and I were looking at the colors, and she picked a few she liked, and I grabbed a few. Here's a nice Audi green pearl. So these paints, I mean, picking them up for a few dollars a bottle compared to, you know, anybody that's bought, you know, the automotive paints by the quarts or pints, it is not cheap. And it used to be, to me, a little more economical. And I had a buddy that we would buy pints and quarts and go halfers on. And prior to my father retiring, when they would paint at the shop, leftover stuff he'd bring home. So I had an abundance of paint and colors, so I never had to purchase much other than the House of Colors stuff. So we were working on a motorcycle tank today for a guy, just spotting in a part, probably, you know, about half a pint, and I think the color was about $98. And then the cost of reducers and everything. You know, what I used to pay for a gallon of lacquer thinner, $8.76. House of Color reducers, you know, were $15 to, you know, $30, maybe about $30 now. The stuff's over anywhere from $90 to $110. So that just gives you a little background on, you know, why when I, you know, I can pick these very nice colors up, pre-reduced, ready to go. Big difference is, you know, if I was to shoot something like this through my touch-up gun, that whole bottle would probably be just about gone on a model, whereas airbrushing it and probably get, you know, several times out of it compared to that. So anyways, that's just a little reason as to why Pro Scale, Scale Finishes, Splash Paints, I pick up their stuff, try it out, you know, see how it works. It's nice to be able to pick up authentic colors. They all kind of have their little niches, I guess you can say, but between them all, I mean, you can find probably just about anything between candies, pearls, factory colors. So it's really cool. Definitely gonna take advantage of that. So aside from the paint and our shop cards, what I planned on doing was using part of today to make progress on my 36 Ford for the Hey Auto custom group build. That'll be probably the quickest build coming up, along with a 80s build I jumped into on Instagram, which I'll be building the, I think it's the 80, was that one that's out, the 85 Olds 442. I have some cool ideas for that. I think I'm going to pick up a 3D engine. I've got a couple I need to look at, but I really don't want anything popping through the hood, so I need to see what I've got. If not, I'll look at maybe an Iceman Collections, or Juan's got some cool stuff. But I ended up spending the day, aside from chores, working on stuff, getting some work in on the 67 Chevelle, which is being built for Jason over at Blue Ox Model Shop's street machine build. So I spent some time working on and off today on that, and then messing with this guy, the Aoshima Celica. Really interesting. Never in my life did I probably think I'd be building some of those foreign kits. I was always more diehard AMT, then Revell, then Monogram MPC stuff. But that's cool. Be my first one. It'll be pretty much out of the box. It's really a curbside kit. Not a lot to these. It's funny, a curbside kit, but it's got the springs for the suspension and stuff. Really interesting. It feels like you're building more almost of a toy compared to some of the other kits. And I guess I'm not saying about all Japanese kits. I know the Fujimis, Hasegawas, I've got some, along with some Porsche kits that have, it's like building a real car. But this is fun. It's cool. It's definitely something different. Really looking to just kind of get the stance set, which I think it's kind of where it is for a street car. Then focus on the interior. I started cleaning up the body, scribing out the lines, clean up a few seam lines. I might shoot some primer on it tomorrow and make it really cool. I have no idea yet on the colors I'm going to do yet. Really just trying to make it a neat little street car, like someone be driving. You know, I look at the box art. Something similar to that right there. Nothing too wild. Just something that, you know, if you saw it driving down the street, you know, you'd definitely turn your head and say, wow, that's a cool car right there. That's really all I'm aiming for with this one. I've got a couple others I'll probably do a little more with. But let me see if I can flip the camera around, give you guys a couple of shots of these where we're at. Give me 1 second. All right, what's up, everybody? I'm back. So again, this is the Aoshima Celica. Nothing fancy. Just been cleaning up the body, scribing out the lines, cleaning up a few little mold lines. And again, we'll probably shoot some primer on this tomorrow. You know, it's kind of going back and forth on the wheels. They give you the black wheels along with chrome wheels. You know, chrome wheels, I'll say about blacking out the centers, or doing more of a metal look, or taking the black wheels and doing kind of a metal look on the outer rim, and that's what I went with. Nothing crazy, just a quick little job. Again, this is, you see here, it's got the springs, so, but kind of cool. I think it'll be a fun build. And otherwise, we're just working on this guy here. Got the door panels detailed. Use some bare metal foil, chrome pen. Same on the console. Using Sharpie, then a chrome pen. I was planning on getting a little farther on this, but had a few things come up around here. So kind of got tied into a few things, but overall, it's coming along good. Very simple kit, not a ton of options with this AMT 67 Chevelle, but I think it's coming out pretty cool. Way ahead of schedule on this. Like I said, my plan was probably to let this sit. There's what we got for now. Plan was to let this sit for a little while I work on some others, but I was just looking at it again. Here's the, I don't have the body out here, I don't think. Yeah, I don't got the body. I'd show you. I'm sure you guys have seen it. But yeah, I wasn't really planning on working on this anytime soon, but just looking at today, and I thought, I don't want to work on that. So you know how it goes when you want to work on something. You got other things in mind, but kind of just go with what you want to do, right? So anyways, that is my Monday update. Hope everybody's having a good week. We'll have some other stuff coming this week. There's some of those paints again. So hope everybody's off to a good start, and we will catch you guys later.